Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Gitanjali Garg. I am back with another video on my channel today. The mood today is going to be a lot of anxiety. I am making this chit chat with you while I do my makeup. So I'm going out with my friends for a lunch get together. We actually had to go yesterday. I'm filming this video on Thursday and you are going to watch this video tomorrow. I know it's way beyond my schedule, but I have been quite busy since past few weeks. I've been constantly filming, editing, and thank you for all the love that you guys gave me on my last video, which was on my morning routine. It took a lot of time to film that video and also edit it, but anyway, the hard work paid off and I'm very happy about it. So yes, I am going out for lunch with my friends to celebrate International Women's Day. By the way, International Women's Day to all of you out there, wonderful, incredible women. My heart goes to all of you who've been spreading smiles and bringing happiness in people's lives in spite of having so many things going around, and you guys just happen to never disappoint anyone in your lives, be it a mother, be it a sister, be it a daughter or a daughter-in-law or a wife. You have all my respect. I cannot thank you guys enough for kind of portraying all the roles that you do in your life, and you are my super heroes. Keep inspiring all these lovely people, women, men around you, and with all the kindness, respect everyone as well. Talking about Women's Day, I really did not want to mention this, but I just cannot stop talking about it. I didn't want to, but I cannot stop myself being the kind of woman that I am. So yesterday was Holi as well. By the way, belated happy Holi as well. Yesterday was Holi and Women's Day together. And I don't know whether I over expected or I do overthink, but what I noticed was that nobody wished me Women's Day. Until and unless I put a status out there on WhatsApp wishing everyone International Women's Day. I just felt that why isn't that people are giving this importance to Women's Day, and why just this another festival which is Holi. Now people might say that for us these women are these incredible beautiful women that we meet in our lives every day, so what's the point of especially wishing them on Women's Day? Then why go ahead and wish happy Holi to people as well? If you feel that every day is a Women's Day, then celebrate every day as Holi as well. I mean, I might just sound a little stupid and weird about it, but just put in the comment section and let me know if you also felt the same way. I felt that way, so I just said it. But anyway, I wanted to dedicate this video to all you lovely women, and today I'm just going to do a quick natural lilac makeup, and I'm going to start with my makeup before I get late. So I'm just going to simply dive down and talk to you a lot about the things that have changed for me in 2023. And I have become this woman in 2023 from that girl or that woman that I was in 2022. A lot has changed in 2023, and I'm actually kind of very happy about it because I've been doing few things intentionally, unintentionally, I don't know, but subconsciously, not that I've intentionally made any effort to do it, but it just kind of somehow happened in my life. And yes, experiences do teach you a lot, so I'm going to be sharing some of these things that made me the kind of woman that I am in 2023, so that you get some inspiration on how you can change these few perspectives, these few ways of thinking in your life, so that you become this even better woman that you were from 2022. Okay, I'm going to be looking at my mirror as well and also talking to you, so I'm sorry, I apologize in advance if you guys have any distraction, but I'm going to constantly look in the mirror and the camera, so please pardon me in advance. Let's dive in with the topic. I'm done with my primer. My skin suddenly looks so glowy and I love this primer. The first thing that I wanted to mention was that I've stopped focusing on the wrong kind of people. Now, by wrong, I also mean negative people. By wrong, I mean in every sense, because you might have had these people in your life who are there with you at certain point of time, and suddenly when they do not need you, they are not around you. With all the experiences that I've had, they are not there with you when you need them. And not just that, there are these people who are negative about everything, who are cynical about everything. Every time you just see them, every time you are around them, there's this negative vibe, this negative energy that you do not want to be a part of, even though they do not cause you any harm physically anyway, but they drain you out of that energy. Not only being around them, but I have also stopped thinking about them, stopped talking about them, not stop talking to them, but also stopped thinking about them. And that has just kind of made me a very sane and a very peaceful person. Trust me, the amount of peace and wisdom that I've got post even focusing or even thinking about these people, I'm telling you, I have become a much more happier person in my life than I ever was in 2022, because you do not just forgive them on a surface level, but you forgive them to accept that if you do not stop thinking about them, all you're going to do is compromise with your own peace and your own wisdom and your way of living in your life. And I do not want to do that. I am so much okay by just not gossiping about them, just not backpitching about them, and just not even talking about them. So, yeah, I'm all good. I am completely fine with it. Okay, so my concealer is done. Now it's time for some eye primer. Okay, so the next thing is that I have become a very less argumentative person. Now, I know if my husband is watching it, Mr. Husband, if you're watching it, whatever I'm saying, I'm sure you are going to agree with that. Not completely, but partially you are going to agree with that. I've become this more, no, less argumentative person than I was in 2022, because of the fact that I realized that I am not going to prove my point and I do not want to win an argument. If a person thinks otherwise and if people think otherwise, that is completely okay. There is their point of view, and I do not represent a brand, I do not represent an organization. Then why shall I be proving that? If I ever get into such a situation, I don't even walk out of the argument, I don't even walk out of the discussion, if you say, but I just listen to it and I have all my peace. I mean, I will just choose not to say anything over it as long as it's not about my self respect or integrity. It is perfectly fine if people have different perceptions, if people have a way of thinking about you, if people have a certain way of judgment. What worse can people say, that she does not reply to certain comments or she does not reply to certain discussions or things that we put out there? It is completely fine. You may go ahead, put acquisitions, you may go ahead, have a perception about me, but I know whatever I did was for my peace and whatever I did was the right thing to do. So if you want to think that way about me, go ahead. By all means, it is your life. If you want to think that way about me, I am more than happy about it because you are happy. You know what I instead choose to do in such kind of situations is just give a smile. And that reminds me of one thing. I don't know whether this man is watching this video or not. By the way, I really respect this man. So he was my ex-colleague, I would say. He was my colleague in one of my organization, in one of my beauty organizations that was very renowned organizations that I was working in back in 2019 or 20, I guess. Yeah. And there's this very young lady who came and asked him how to deal with people who pass this wrong judgment about you or who talk behind your back. I remember this man very simply saying, you do not have to deal with them. And from that day, trust me, from that day, not that I did not know it, not that I dealt with such a situation arrogantly, it just imprinted my mind. It just left an imprint on my mind so strongly that anytime I get to hear of any kind of judgment about me or any kind of criticism which is not a healthy criticism in any way, I do not focus on these people who have these perceptions. I am answerable to myself. I'm not answerable to anyone else in my life. I'm peaceful with what I am, and I'm glad I sleep peacefully at night. Also, with all that said, I do not concentrate on the symptoms of the situation. It can be my personal situation, my professional situation. I really do not focus on what are the symptoms. But what I ask myself is, what is it that caused this kind of situation? What is it that caused this kind of behavior? What is it that triggered me to behave this way, or what is it that triggered the other person I am interacting with or associated with to be behaving or reacting that way? That has forced me to somehow analyze myself to the extent that whenever I get this situation again, whenever I have this situation again in my life, I instantly ask myself, is this how you would want to react to this situation again? Because the last time you did, you actually did not feel good about it. I think whenever this kind of situation arises, you might just want to get back, be it at work or be it in your personal life, in your house, around your family. Anytime this situation arises, I think all you should ask yourself is, what caused this situation? How could I have behaved in a better way? How can I change things? Because when you sit down with yourself and think about all the causes, all the reasons that triggered that situation, you will get to learn so many things that you might have not even thought about even in your dreams. Since the moment I got to know about the cause of the situation, I got people asking me, I had people asking me, why are you so changed? What has changed you suddenly? And my answer to them was, I am not going to fall prey to these symptoms again because now I know the cause and what is causing it. Is it looking good? I don't know. I don't know. It's looking good in the mirror. It's not looking good on the camera. Also, this year in 2023, I have welcomed different perspectives. There are always two sides of the coin. Whatever I think is not always right, whatever you think is not always right. The world is huge. There are so many people who have a different way of living, different way of thinking, different exposures. They've had their own chunk of sweetness, bitterness in their life. And I forgot doing my makeup again. Okay. So, what was the next thing that I had to do? Okay, my foundation. This also reminds me of one thing. I was watching this video on Monday and it was about this. I think it was also dedicated for Women's Day, and it had these wonderful, very renowned makeup artists which were talking about how comfortable they are in their own body, their skin, how everyone should know about their body. It was a beautiful video, and I just read the comments and I was not only sad, but I was deeply disappointed to be reading the comments. We as content creators, okay, again, not playing as a victim, but just saying my heart out. We as content creators are always looked down because some people feel that whatever we are doing in the society is not as important that other people. With all due respect, I have all my respect, and trust me when I say that, I have all my respect to all these people out there who are in navy, army, or military or public service. I have all my respect for them. Every person is fighting their own battle in their lives. Just because you do not have a specific degree, or you are not very well educated, or you do not have that kind of education which according to their standards is not good enough, does not mean that a certain person from a certain industry, or a content creator, or an influencer, or an artist, or any person from XYZ industry is not doing enough. I respect all those people, from a rickshaw puller, from an auto rickshaw driver. I have my respect for all these people who are fighting their own battle every day. And that is what I've learned, that I am no one to be disregarding anyone's beliefs about any particular thing. I'm all ears. I'm here to welcome all the perspectives in people's lives. Yeah, that is what has kind of also changed me from what I was in 2022. And again, not saying that I was a narcissist or I wasn't kind to people, but noticeably, I have started doing it even more. When I listen to all these sorts of people, when I talk to different kinds of people, I'm just astonished to know the fact there's so much to learn. And when you welcome all these kind of perspectives, trust me, you get so much of education. I think education does not begin with the degree that you own. Education begins with curiosity. Education begins with inquisitivity, which I have intentionally increased for myself, and I've started investing on not only educating me, but also by talking to people, by welcoming different perspectives. So, yeah, that is one thing that I've started doing. Where was I at? Where was I at? What was I talking? See, I told you, I just forget what I was talking about. Okay, by the way, I am so sorry for looking like a mess. If my skin looks like a mess, I have been so busy since past few weeks. I have been constantly making content and thinking about content, and I know discipline is the key, and I know I do live by that. But let's normalize, as human beings, let's normalize taking time off. I don't know why people have these wrong standards of hard work. Hard work does not mean working day and night and just busting and killing your ass off to achieve your goals. I am pretty fine with taking my good 6 to 8 hours of sleep, because trust Honestly, I cannot function if I do not sleep well the last night. And let's normalize not working for more than your work timings. Let's normalize not working overtime even at work. Let's normalize sitting and not doing anything throughout the day and just lying on bed and processing all those emotions and spending your me time with yourself. I have done that before. I have tried to work my ass off to prove and tell people, okay, yes, I am trying to work my best and I'm trying to achieve the goals and collective goals. But I think work life balance is very much important. You might work hard for 2 years, like you say, you might work hard wherein you do not sleep and work your ass off and work overtime and impress certain people. But you might do that for 2 years, 4 years. Right now, you are young, so you might do that for 2 years, 4 years, 5 years. But this is not going to have a longer shelf life. The burnout is going to be, let me not talk about burnout because these burnouts are tremendously dangerous. It can affect your family life, it can affect your health, and it can affect your mental health as well. And I cannot stress enough about mental health and physical health on my channel. I do talk a lot about mental health and physical health, and that's another thing that I've started focusing on before prioritizing anything else during my day. I have just started doing things for myself, and it can be just going for a walk, it can be reading a book, it can be sitting in meditation and doing some yoga for myself. You really need to fall back on the resistance that is stopping you and tell that resistance that, you know what, I am in control and I'm not going to let this resistance stop me. If you find it difficult to start with things, if you find it difficult to change yourself in 2023, start with your health. As simple as that. Oh my god. Okay. My mirror was here all the time. Okay, I'm left with my blush. I really don't know what I shall be putting, but let's just go with my favorite blush. Yeah. So the last thing, and this is another thing that I wanted to talk about, which is I'm not really going to overthink when it comes to being myself, especially on this channel and also otherwise. Whenever I have tried to be someone else, even in my life, I haven't been very comfortable with that. It somehow led me to a lot of frustration in my life, and I no more want to do it. I'm okay with less people being around me in my life. I'm okay with people do not want to be with me for who I am, but I'm not okay with not being myself. I am not going to lose on my integrity and authenticity. And trust me, I've had people who've been suggesting me otherwise, that you might have to do certain things to be liked by people and be pleased by people. I have stopped pleasing people. I have stopped smiling. If I do not feel like smiling, I have stopped smiling. Let's normalize not being happy on a certain day. Let's just be okay with being sad on a certain day and not wanting to communicate with somebody. Like, why do I have to always communicate with people just to make them feel that, yes, I'm very pleasant, I'm very kind, I'm very compassionate? Everybody is going through so many things in life, and your mental peace is the utmost priority. Oh my god. Did I go over with it? Also, I used to think a lot about the topics or the videos that I should be making, because I always used to think, okay, if I make a certain video, how are people going to perceive about me? If I talk about a certain topic or a certain discussion that I want to have, then how are people going to think about me? I guess what I've realized is that people are always going to think about you in a certain way, no matter what. I have grown to know not that trolls or nasty comments don't affect me. Of course, they affect you, but you have to come back. You have to keep going and realize the fact that there is a certain number of people who are going to like you, certain number of people who are not going to like you. So I should be focusing on making content for the people who like me, who appreciate for the things that I'm doing. Equally focus on the constructive feedbacks, but not take it too much on my head and not overthink before I even attempt on doing something. It's okay, I attempted something, and if after that you did not like it, I'm going to work on it and I'm going to improve on it. But the judgment, the fear of judgment, I have come way beyond that fear of judgment, and I am so glad about it. So, yes, I'm all ready. I am all ready for my lunch, and I think I got ready way before the time that I was supposed to. I'm just going to fiddle with my hair a little. Okay, I'm going to wear the same outfit. I'm kind of loving this look somehow. Yeah, I don't know whether you guys can see it, but it's a very soft lilac, chocolatey kind of a look. And yeah, I just love talking to you again, guys. I might have sounded low on energy today a little bit because I think I'm kind of exhausted a little bit. And since I'm saying it, I need to take some time off. I'm not really sure. I just want to take some good amount of time with myself and have this good time with my friends today. I find my happiness. I just love talking to you every week. I find my happiness in creating this content, and I want you guys to connect with me as long as you're able to connect with me, as long as I'm able to make content for you, which you find is educating enough, inspiring enough. I am very much satisfied and fulfilled about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys also get some inspiration from all these few small topics that we do not think about otherwise, but they just bring these small few changes in our lives. Yeah, I never thought that I'll be able to talk to you guys while I do my makeup, but I did it. It's just like challenging yourself every day, you know? I'm glad I did it. I'm off to go. I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you enjoy your weekend. I'm going to keep speaking, so you guys really need to leave me. I love you all. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys next week, which is on Tuesday with my next video. Bye bye. I talk a lot. I can never stop talking, so you actually need to go. Okay? Bye bye. I love you all. Bye bye.